to this week's edition of Play CCN, which is brought to you by Temperzone. I'm your host, Sandra Rossi, editor of Climate Control News. Global investment in clean energy is on course to reach US $1.8 trillion this year. The shining example in growth is, of course, solar, which in 2023 is set to attract more capital than global oil production for the very first time. 5 years ago, every $1 invested in fossil fuels was actually the same amount was then invested in clean energy. But today that figure has shifted. This year, for every $1 invested in fossil fuels, $5 is invested in clean energy. Sami Zhang has been appointed CEO over at AIRAH. Zhang joined AIRAH 7 years ago and began working in finance. More recently, she became the Chief Operating Officer before being appointed to the position of CEO. AIRAH President Paul Jackson said Zhang has shown all the qualities necessary to lead the organisation into a new era. Trane Technologies is making headway on its plans to decarbonise and has shipped 1 million HVAC units with low-carbon steel. The low-carbon steel is being used in air conditioners and heat pumps. The announcement comes exactly 1 year after Trane established purchase agreements with two major steel manufacturers. Trane has pledged to procure 50% net zero steel by 2030 and 100% by 2050. Low carbon steel currently represents 20% of Trane's annual steel purchase. The ARBS Educational Research Foundation is actively inviting submissions for educational and research grants. The foundation is encouraging proposals from tradespeople, educators, students, and industry professionals. The focus is on bridging training gaps and addressing current industry challenges. Now, the Midea Group has filed for a Hong Kong share sale, which could be one of the city's biggest in recent years. The Bank of America and China International Capital Corp are the joint sponsors for the offering. Midea is aiming for a listing in the city as early as next year. In other news, Midea has just opened its own Midea branded store in the Maldives. This is a company that has 34 production centres in 16 countries. Midea uses 1,600 robots to produce 67 million residential air conditioners annually. Medea's total revenues top US $50.4 billion a year, making it a Fortune 500 company. Well, that's it for our headlines this week, which were brought to you by Temperzone. Thank you for watching.